Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. I'm Still Here. 2025, Walter Salles. This film chronicles the lives of Brazilian politician turned engineer Rubens Paiva and his wife Eunice. Trying to live a normal life during the military dictatorship of Brazil in the 70s, Rubens is approached by the military and taken in for questioning. Shortly thereafter, Eunice and one of her daughters are also brought in for questioning. While Eunice and her child are released from custody, Rubens' whereabouts are shrouded in lies and mystery. With the military watching her and her life becoming harder, Eunice must find a way forward and discover the truth about what happened to her husband. This was one of the Oscar films this year that was getting a ton of buzz, and I can certainly see why. This was a very moving true story about one woman's quest for closure. Director Walter Salles is a perfectly good director, and this film is a perfectly solid piece of work. There are some really nice frames, some decently flowing camera work here and there, and some interesting blocking every now and then. I also dug the use of Super 8mm throughout the film. At least I think it was Super 8mm. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. He doesn't set himself apart from the pack too much, but it's hard not to acknowledge this film is very well shot. Salles also did a great job of recreating 70s Brazil. I loved the clothing everyone was wearing. It was very period accurate, and the sets were enough to envelop you in this beautiful setting. The music, I think, is the first element of the film that truly stands out. When there is a score, it's the sort of atmospheric synth and string work that I would expect from a drama like this. But what I loved about these compositions was the lack of hesitation in indulging in that post-rock style and more dissonant soundscapes. One of my favorite pieces in the film is after Eunice is released from military custody. It was this stop-start synth and string melody that reminded me so much of bands like Mogwai or Godspeed. It was trance-like and enhanced the scene incredibly well. Another was this incredibly angular piano piece, almost janky even. It really stuck out from the pack in terms of composition. The writing is something I enjoy for how it can be appreciated on a couple levels. One of these levels is the obvious historical backdrop and the lessons we glean from such stories. A story of a man that was ripped from his family by a corrupt government, and how we should never take for granted the freedoms we have, as a simple acknowledgement of wrongdoing can be so hard to come by from these power-hungry vultures. The other level this film works on, the one that resonated with me, is that of family. The dynamic of the Paiva family was so heartwarming to me because even through such trials and tribulations, they never stopped loving each other and tried to make each day brighter. There was a genuine chemistry and love between this mother and her children in every scene, even during scenes of conflict. Ending the film on a family portrait, which is a recurring visual motif throughout the film, was bittersweet yet hopeful. That chemistry between this family is created by a wonderful cast. Notably, we have to talk about Fernanda Torres, who was up for Best Actress for her performance of Eunice Paiva. Subdued, even during scenes where she is bursting out in rage, the emotions she captured were incredibly raw and realistic. For what screen time he got, Selton Mello was very charming as Rubens Paiva. He showed some genuine fatherly love throughout his scenes, and the scene where he is taken away was performed quietly and powerfully. The children in this film, especially the older ones, were all excellently performed. The oldest daughter especially, portrayed by Lucia Kozowski, was given some meaty scenes and she knocked them out of the park. Overall, I'm Still Here is simply a good movie, and sometimes that's enough for me. An emotional tale of a family's perseverance through uncertain times, carried by a brilliant performance by Fernanda Torres, and a script that is full of emotional maturity and power. Remember, support foreign film markets, as films like this are made all around the world and are always worth your investment and time. Recommended. And I am feeling an 8 out of 10 on this one. It's good stuff. Catch you later, guys.